Welcome back to Tap the Art Project. The artist I'd like to share with you today is Frida Kahlo, Mexican painter. Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderón was born on July 6, 1907 in Mexico City, Mexico. Frida's mother was very religious and spent lots of time praying and studying the Bible. Her father was a photographer who painted and loved studying history and science. From the very beginning, Frida was different. She was a curious child who saw the world not just as it was, but as something magical filled with secrets to discover. Frida was very young when the Mexican Revolution began. The Mexican Revolution started in 1910 because people were tired of unfair treatment and wanted better lives, especially farmers and workers. It lasted about 10 years, and in the end, the people won by making big changes to help create a fairer Mexico. In 1922, Frida decided to go to school to become a doctor. While in school, she joined a group of boys who called themselves the Cachucas. She also met her first love, Alejandro. In 1925, Frida and Alejandro were involved in a terrible bus accident. Frida suffered many broken bones. The accident was so bad, she had to wear a body cast and remain in bed for a month. The pain was unbearable, but Frida was not one to give up easily. The injuries from the accident would affect her for the rest of her life. While she was in bed, her mother invented a special contraption that allowed her to paint. Frida began painting portraits of her family, her friends, and even Alejandro. Through painting, she could express the feelings she couldn't put into words. When Frida's cast was removed in 1927, she felt weak, but her spirit was strong. She found inspiration in the Mexican Revolution and its fight for freedom. Around this time, she met a famous artist named Diego Rivera, and the two became fast friends. They could share ideas, critique each other's work, and support each other. Some people said their love was like an elephant marrying a dove. After they married, Frida journeyed with Diego to New York City, where she found inspiration in the different cultures and colorful neighborhoods. But the winters were cold and the pain in her body was constant. Still, she painted, finding comfort in her art. Frida traveled to many places and kept painting, even when life was hard. Her art showed her true feelings, honest, deep, and beautiful. She painted herself because she understood herself best. Each painting told a part of her story, full of color and emotion. In 1933, Frida and Diego finally returned to Mexico. Frida had missed her home, and even though she was constantly in physical pain, in Mexico, her home, she felt stronger. She and Diego welcomed famous artists and scholars from around the world to Mexico City. Frida developed strong friendships with many of them. Then, one day, Frida and Diego decided to separate. Diego, her dearest love, the man of her dreams, her guiding light, had betrayed her. Despite everything, Frida continued to paint. She had to. Diego was the one who sold paintings, not Frida. She needed to paint if she wanted to make a living. She literally paid her medical bills with paintings. Frida's desire to be taken seriously as an artist led her all around the world. She had exhibitions in New York and Paris, meeting famous artists like Picasso, Kandinsky, and Moreau. People tried to label her art as surrealist, which Frida detested. She painted her life, not her dreams. Unimpressed, she returned to Mexico, where she would continue to paint and even teach what she knew about art. She and Diego made up as well. He begged for Frida to take him back. She agreed, but swore to never rely on Diego for anything. She was content. As the years passed, Frida's health continued to decline. She was just 45 years old, but felt much, much older. After multiple infections and surgeries, the pain was unimaginable. In April 1953, Frida had her first solo exhibition in Mexico. She was so sick, she arrived in an ambulance. She died a year later. Frida Kahlo's legacy lives on, not just in museums or murals, but in the hearts of artists and admirers around the world. Her fearless self-expression continues to inspire creativity, resilience, and pride in identity. Through every brushstroke that echoes her spirit, Frida reminds us that true art, like her story, never fades.